Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. I am your host, God of Heroics, and today we are going back into Marvel Rivals lore. Last time we spoke about this, we talked about Loki and Hela taking over Asgard, or Yggsgard as it's now called, and we also talked about the Web Warriors. Now we're venturing into the astral planes, and we're talking about what's going on with Black Panther, Shuri, and Bast. There is a little bit of lore here just in the image alone, but things will start making more sense if you pay attention to the finer details once we read through the actual lore itself. So if you like this type of videos, please like the video, subscribe to the page, and hit that notification bell so you can be notified to all future uploads. I'm trying to hit the 350, so please help me out. I would greatly appreciate it. And without further ado, let's get started. Jalia, the plane where noble spirits dwell. Not long ago, this sacred place welcomed a guest whose mind and body were still as one. Through ancient ritual, King T'Challa of Wakanda transcended his corporeal form and ventured to this mystical realm. After an incident involving the Winter Soldier, Princess Shuri had confided in him her long-held belief that Bast, the Wakandan panther goddess, had somehow been corrupted. T'Challa had his own concerns, so he ventured to Jalia in search for answers. Shuri warned her brother of the potential danger of communing with Bast, but T'Challa had to find out the truth for himself. When he arrived, T'Challa was shocked to find no other spirits roaming the Great Veldt. The ancestral plane was as silent as death itself. T'Challa wondered for some time, eventually sitting near the edge of a shimmering lake. He opened a small patch on his belt and removed a strip of fabric, tying it over his eyes. He had often blindfolded himself when meditating in the physical plane to help block out any distractions. Taking a deep breath, T'Challa cleared his mind and called out to Bast. He did not have to wait long for a response. "My avatar, you are far from your empire," Bast whispered in T'Challa's mind. "As are you, my goddess," T'Challa replied. "Your people have been crying out for you, but get no response." "I have heard their prayers," Bast said, "and you will help me answer them." "I am ever in your service," T'Challa said. "Do not forget that," Bast said, a low rumble in her voice. "There are those eager to taint you against me. They will try to persuade you to betray me. Heed them not. They are fools and heretics." "I have always been loyal to you," T'Challa assured her. "Then prove yourself," Bast responded, her words becoming even more fierce. "Swear that you serve only me and will strike down all who oppose my cause. Do so, and I shall grant you unlimited power." In his mind's eye, T'Challa saw a vision of a heart-shaped herb used to grant the Black Panther his enhanced abilities. Instead of its usual gentle purple glow, it now burned a fiery crimson. T'Challa's deepest fears were now confirmed. "Pledge yourself to me, boy," Bast growled into T'Challa's ear. T'Challa ripped off his blindfold, breaking his connection with the goddess. There, in the rippling water in front of him, he swore he saw an image of his goddess, warped and twisted, stained red and black with a repulsive aura beyond anything he had ever felt. T'Challa dove into the water and tried to grab a hold of the divine being, but it slipped through his grasp. Instead, he awoke on the floor of his bedchamber in front of a vibranium statue of Bast. Its eyes shone brightly for a split second, then faded to black. "If you hear me, goddess," T'Challa vowed, placing a gentle hand on the statue's head, "I will not rest until your Holy Spirit is purged of this darkness. You have my word." So, shenanigans ensued with the Winter Soldier, something that Shuri didn't really go into detail about, but it has confirmed or led her to have this confirmed notion in her head that the Panther goddess Bast is corrupted. Now, if you remember this image I showed you, you know how she's corrupted. She is being corrupted, well, it looks like by Null. As you can see by Null's symbiote logo on her chest and her body coated in black. And I would like to assume that the crimson red glow of the heart-shaped herb is also due to that as well. So T'Challa did venture into the astral planes to see what was going on, to confirm that she has been corrupted or if she has not been corrupted, and was actually able to confirm that yes, she's been corrupted, and he is going to do everything in his power to try to fix that. And now we're going to move on and look at what is going on with the Winter Soldier. This looks like the greatest cult ever, just brainwashing Satan's strongest warrior. Rank and number. Come on, Jim. It's me, Pete. You know how tight security is here. Pete, we gotta follow protocols. Fine. Hydra Science Agent 418322. Happy? I'd be a hell of a lot happier if we weren't stuck inside of a mountain in the middle of the Antarctic. This cold is killing me. Why couldn't we get stationed on one of Hydra's tropical islands like Bob? Because Charteris Base houses the most important operations in our entire organization, and they wanted the very best of us manning the fort. The experiments we're doing here are going to change the world, Jim. I think we can handle the winter weather. The winter weather? Sure. The Winter Soldier, though? Yeah, I heard that jerk tried to infiltrate our base a couple days back. Not gonna lie, I always thought he was just a myth. I mean, he fought against the Red Skull in World War II, right? How the hell could he still be alive and fighting? More importantly, how could he still look younger than me? I've got a feeling we're about to find out. Remember how they moved him down to the Super Soldier lab last night after they finished his reconditioning? Looks like we're gonna get to work our magic. Oh, there's gonna be magic, alright, but not from us. Before we could get him into a stasis tube, another division claimed him. Another? Which one? Wait, please don't say Occult Ops. The weirdos in the robes? What on earth do they want with a superpowered assassin? You and I both know that what they want doesn't usually involve Earth, or any other planet in the solar system. They're trying to open that damn portal in the sublevels again, aren't they? Where did they say it went? Mayfield? Mavith. A dead planet on the other side of the universe. They say activating that gateway is the key to unlocking our history and ushering in a new era where Hydra reigns supreme. I am Pete, but I've heard those Hydra priests chanting, and there's something about that song that makes wondering if they're not so crazy. If they can use the Winter Soldier as some kind of conduit to access the other world, they can have him. You're as brainwashed as Bucky is. Well, whatever they're doing to him down there, I hope it works. Hydra could use a win. Don't worry, we'll get one. And when we do, it's going to be thanks to our work in the science division, not because Occult Ops sang some ancient alien hymn to a soldier who should have retired ages ago. Guess we're going to have to agree to disagree on that one. Okay. Fine. You know what? It's time for my break anyway. I hear the commissary just got a new shipment of hot cocoa. You in? Now that we can agree on. Alright, so this didn't explain a lot. It's two Hydra soldiers having a conversation about what's going on with the Winter Soldier. Apparently a few days back, Bucky tried to infiltrate Hydra Charteris Base. I assume to shut down what the Occult Ops is up to, but after failing and getting captured by the Hydra agents, the Occult Ops came by and decided to do some kind of chanting, and it seems like they're trying to use Bucky as some kind of conduit to awaken something from Mavith, basically. And that's what we see on the that's actually what we see on the Hydra Charteris base when you get that win or defeat screen. I think it's the defeat screen where you see like that monster that you see in the back there. It starts coming out with that red eye, or that big ass Sauron eye. And if you win, it's actually Bucky successfully destroying that. So I assume that that's like a portal to Mavith, or it's a door that can be used to summon the portal to Mavith, which would let this creature through. And somehow they're trying to use Bucky as a conduit to open that. So Bucky, his mission was to destroy that, and their mission is to awaken it. So that's what all of that is, basically. And honestly, since there's only one more story left, I'm going to go ahead and push it into this video as well. So we get to see what's going on with the Guardians of the Galaxy. I've read this before, and if I remember correctly, just a little bit of subtext, they are doing an investigation for Shuri because after her suspicions of what was going on with Bast, they were sent to investigate what's going on, and their investigation led them to Clintar, which actually coincides with the Clintar map. So let's read through it. Shuri's private log, entry number BP 4.2-0505, recording. I have lost my faith in the gods. Those are words that I never thought I'd have to say out loud. Words best kept private for now. Despite the Orisha abandoning our intergalactic empire, our people still cling to the desperate hope that our sacred pantheon will return and bless Wakanda once more. Our people are fools, and though I hate to say it, their king, my dearest brother T'Challa, may be the biggest fool of all. He sits all day long in the Hall of Jalia, calling out in prayer to Bast, yet he gets no response. For the first time I can recall, his beloved Panther goddess refuses to speak, to him at least. What T'Challa does not yet know is that I have heard the whispers of Bast in my dreams, but her words did not bring me hope or peace as they have in the past. Instead, they inspired fear. They dripped with darkness unlike anything I had ever felt before. I awoke with a deep concern that our goddess has been tainted by something sinister, and that perhaps she might use T'Challa's blind devotion to her as a means to unleash that darkness upon Wakanda, undoing all that we have built here. Uttering such words might be considered blasphemy, even for a princess of Wakanda. I have to tread carefully as I attempt to uncover the true meaning behind my vision and learn if my suspicions hold any merit. Yet, this is not a path I am able to explore on my own. Not only would it arouse T'Challa's suspicions, it would also divert my attention from other matters that endanger our empire. For now, I must continue in my efforts to unravel the mysteries of the time stream entanglement and its crystalline byproduct, chronovium. More specifically, our chronovibranium. Thus, I called on some of Wakanda's most steadfast allies, the Guardians of the Galaxy, to investigate the source of a dark energy that flared up at the edge of the known universe shortly after Bast spoke to me in my sleep. The journey brought them to Clintar, the homeworld of a symbiotic alien race. Star-Lord contacted me upon his crew's arrival, but as their ship began to descend towards the planet's surface, something went wrong and our communication was lost. If the Guardians have found themselves up against the same dark force that corrupted Bast, they will need all the help they can get. And with the Orisha not answering our prayers, the time draws near where I will have to take matters into my own hands, and the hands of those I know I can trust. After all, even though I have lost faith in the gods, there are some things I will always believe in, including my friends. Recording ended. So, like I said, the Guardians of the Galaxy were sent to investigate. Shuri basically does not trust the gods because she has been having very, very negative dreams with Bast basically being evil. Like, she says that it drips with darkness. And shortly after she had that dream where Bast was, or vision rather, where Bast was being corrupted by darkness, there was a dark force that awakened on the other end of the universe, and she sent the Guardians to go investigate while she stays home and continues her investigation of the time stream entanglement that is creating chronovium that the Dooms caused. So the Guardians basically followed all the leads they could get until they got to Clintar, but once they got to Clintar, they could no longer communicate with Shuri, and they are dealing with the symbiotes. And that leads to the story of the Clintar map, where Null is attempting to basically be fully awakened in all his glory, while the Guardians of the Galaxy are attempting to stop, Null from being awakened. That ending with Venom is actually the good ending, surprisingly, and the other ending where that hole is basically opened up and the Guardians are, on the defensive. That is the bad ending where Null is being fully awakened. I haven't seen anything about this where Venom is canonically there on Clintar to help out, where he actually helps him defeat Null, but it's a possibility. It's not in any of the lore that I've read so far, but we still have more to read. But that is going to do it for the Dooms Arise portion of the story. Next, we are going to Volume 1, The Eternal Nightfall, and I will see you guys on the other end when we get to that. Peace.